to tell me you're sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Love just went cold. Why?
Okay.
약간 우리 황혼 부부 같지 않아? 아유, 마누라, 오늘 저녁은 뭔가? 오! 오!
Step I took, they all led to you. We We were young and running free. We were never meant to be, but I could not see you go. 'Cause of you, don't wanna waste another minute without you. And I will love you in the dark. And if you ever fall out, please don't leave me out. 'Cause I will love you till I'm gone. If you just hold on. If you just hold on. Don't think I could ever love the way you do. I'll try to make it up if you need me to. Something in your smile, I've never been so sure that all I ever wanted was to give you more. 'Cause if it all were up to me, we would always stay this free, and I would never let you go. 'Cause of you, don't wanna waste another minute without you. I will love you in the dark. And if you ever fall out, please don't leave me out. 'Cause I will love you till I'm gone.
시원하게 태우겠네. 맛있겠는데? 음.
뭐 맛있다고?
식빵 맛있다고. 식빵 맛이 나. 어.
오, 맛이가 나?
식빵 맛이가 나.
오.
엄청나.
드디어 베이킹, 아니, 드디어가 아니지. 이틀만 성공했네.
캬.
맛있네. 해먹게.
뭐냐?
그리고 계란말인가?
길거리 토스트.
이야, 진짜 미쳤다.
예쁘지?
계란이랑 치즈랑.
식당인데 한국사람이 있는 거니까 우리는 2주 뒤에 될 거야, 알겠죠? 네, 알겠습니다. 그것도 이제 이미 기간이 지났기 때문에 급성 생성이 아니라 이건 만성적인 생성이라서 우리는 만성화가 되고 있는 거거든요. 조심히 잘 볼게요. 앞에 식당 보세요.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit. There's a new day to leave behind your trouble. There's a new day and it will set you free. There's a new day to get you through your struggles. I will always think of you and me. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit. There's a new day, it is waiting for us. There's a new
On a Wednesday night at the same old spot, spending every dollar I got. 2, 3 shots won't leave one drop, and a jukebox on loud. She just wanna party all night. We be two-stepping in the back of the dive. I've been down to Jack all night, tending to my keys 'cause they know I can't drive. On up north with a rosé wine, stars ain't hard to find. Bottle of the best by my side, that's my peace of mind. Damn, we been on the go day. She just wanna roll with me. From the bar to the stool all night, just you and I, two-stepping in a dive bar. Two-stepping in a dive bar. stepping in a dive bar, two stepping, and I don't give a hoot unless it's you stepping.